Alright, we got this big old Fleetwood Providence. Beautiful coach. So we're tearing the roof up. This is a what they call fleeceback TPO. That's what it is. Real thin. But that's what all you see here. That's all fleece. So we're starting to tear it up. Obviously you can see we took up some of these components here. Got some delamination. We'll see how much trouble we have when we take the rest of it up, meaning like how much delamination comes about. And then these here, I do not like it. If you have these on your coach, most of the time they'll leak. The water will get up in there and drool down. There's a little leg right here. So be mindful of that. If you have that, you need to get caulking up inside the back of this whole piece right here and here to get in the back. I think that was, this used to be a sandal, but I think it was for this to rest on, but I'm not sure. But someone put a sandal up here. I don't know if they were trying to get that to rest on it. It looks like what it might have been. I don't see anything breached up underneath there yet. So, but that'll be coming off. And then obviously the antenna will be coming off. I think there's a wind sensor. She said to take that off. We're going to take all of that off. And then obviously get the new roof down. So we got to see what the deal is so we can get a new roof put on this thing. So that's our Providence right now. Just giving you an update. We haven't taken much of it off, just those little sections down there, but we'll take the rest off in a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna give you a Providence update. So you can see this is all the fleece that came off of the roof. When you start trying to mat down and put some more adhesive on there, all that'll wad up. And it wads up, it'll wad up underneath the roof and you'd see lumps. So we're gonna redeck it. Let's see. Hey, we got a little bit of delamination anyways over here. You can see right there. We peeled up all the flaky stuff. It's kind of common around these skylight lenses. I do not like the lenses that come off of here. I'll see if I can give you a video on it, but some of these lenses come down and they have a flange that sticks out, whatever, probably about an inch or so, 7/8. And then you can put the screws down. This design, and on quite a few of them I've seen them, they come down and they just come down and curve like this, and then they put the screws through that curve. Like I said, I'll try and show you that. But you can see all the, like I said, all the fleece on here. So we have to redeck it. And that's what we're working on right now. And once we get everything all geared up, then we'll be back. These are Fleetwood Providence updates. So we are laminating a new roof deck down. The old roof had that fleece under it. And that fleece, if we had tried to glue to it, it would not work. It would not work because it would ball up. So we glued down a new roof. We used some good, expensive adhesive to hold this stuff down. Then we got a lot of these cinder blocks here. We really don't want to use any staples. You never know what's underneath this thing. So we got all these blocks on here. That's how strong the roof is. It can hold all these cinder blocks. But you can see some of the delamination here, and this is the fleece. It just won't come up. We would have to really work to try to get that up there. And then when we put the new glue down, it would really make it soft, and then it gets all balled up. You don't want to do that. Then you'd see it under the roofing. So put a new roof deck down, and we got one more piece to go. And we're cutting some roofing now. And then once we get all that squared away, we're gonna get the roofing adhered down here, and we're good to go. We also protected this awning right here. We want to make sure that we don't damage anything we don't need to damage. So that's about where we're at right now on this Providence. We'll be putting down a 60 mil commercial grade TPO. So we'll show you that. It's a tan color is what we're going to be using on here. So it'll look really good once we put it on there. We got all the curbs made. Everything's made so far. Just a matter of getting all this. So the next step is obviously cut out all the holes for the vents and the AC and so forth, and then clean up this roof deck here. Probably get our strips going across there as well, and like I said, get that roof down. We'll be back with more. Stay tuned. Fleetwood, Providence. She is done. Absolutely done. Boy, that come out looking just awesome. That is sitting nice. I really like that. Nice color too. And then what we did is we put black on here to trim it out. That's black caulking as well. So we got 2 strikes of caulking down there, and you can see the strips going through there. See if the camera will pick those strips up. You can see the strips going on there. Those are the protective strips. We've got all the, obviously all the curves all welded. I think I already showed that. And we got this flashing detail in here. So if you get a storm coming in and it's really blowing across there as you're traveling, it may come up here, but it's not going to get up inside there. We got everything else all done. Skylights in. We got our supports on the back of the air conditioner. We've got our flashing detail on the front. So everything just looks really good. This come out looking just awesome. And I don't know if we showed you this, but we ended up putting this antenna on here. And now you've got plenty of room up underneath there for debris and everything else, so it doesn't get all up inside the antenna portion of it. So those same boots, you got them loaded. So let's see if I can show you one of those. So there's a bolt coming up through there. So in the event, we'll say there was a hiccup and a branch got in the way and tore that off. All you have to do is undo those bolts, or that nut rather. Just undo that. It's a 7/16 nut. Undo it. All 3 of them. Undo that coax. Once you undo the coax, thing pops right off. Replace it with a new one. Screw it back down. Easy peasy. It is done. This come out looking just terrific. You can probably see even through the shadow here, we got a protective strip going down on the shoulder. This has a metal shoulder on it, but we still put the protective strip on there. So everything is done. Ran a bead of caulking around the lights as well. We do that as a courtesy, mainly because if somebody says, hey, I got a leak, they come back and it's not us, it's a light or something, so we want to get those issues squared away. I'll come down here if you like and show this other side. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you to show the antenna. All right, excuse me, not the antenna, the awning. So what we did on this awning, a lot of times on these big Class A's, they take this awning rail here and they mount it right to the roof. Then it becomes a water trap. You don't want to have that in there. It'll cause icing and everything else. I want that water to get off of the roof. So we put these bushings in here. Now these bushings will not rot. They won't rot at all. So everything has all been primed and sealed, and we used a clear on here because I couldn't find a caulking to match this color, and I didn't want to have white all around there. I just thought it would look terrible. So instead we ran clear in there. It's another urethane, it's just a clear color. And then again, obviously the skylight's been all sealed. There's another flashing detail in here just in case, you know, if this ever fails, I don't want it to leak in the coach. There's another piece of flashing that comes up, and it's about this high. What that does is, like I said, it prevents it from traveling back inside the coach. This is all you have for, there's just this little tiny little lip edge that they try to use to seal that. It never works. In fact, when we took this off, there was some rot in here. So we ended up having to, well, we reskinned the roof anyways, and we got all that rot out of there. But yeah, that's typical for these type of lenses. The other ones usually have a flange that's wider, and you know, like wider this way, so you can screw down. But not on this one. I ran into them on Class C's as well, and like I said, I don't like that style. So we've got all our plumbing boots in here, and these are just bell caps on there. But this is real handy. Like I said, you can get your fingers, well, maybe not my fat fingers, but someone else's little smaller fingers could probably fit in there. But it's enough to get the water to drain through there, and that's what you want. So this was the this is the installation on that antenna, like I was telling you. And we got the same flashing detail in the front. So as you look at the way the air conditioner sits, the cover is kind of warped. But the way the air conditioner sits, see how close the front is? You got plenty on the sides. You got a ton of it on the back, ton of space on the back. So you're not going to have this water try to run along the bottom there and try to get back into that little foam gasket. But on the front, you can see the way it shapes around. I don't want water when it's raining down to come in and try to get into that gasket. So that piece right there actually returns back up underneath that cover. So it'll have to hit that. It'll drool down this flashing detail we put on, and then it'll come back down this way and get away. So, but that's our Providence update. Thanks for watching. You can see a lot on our YouTube channel. You go to our website, rvroofinstall.com, and there's a link to go to our YouTube. You can look at some reviews on Facebook. You can watch a lot more videos. There's some videos as well on Facebook, and there's some on our website in our gallery section too. But we just kind of post them everywhere. And if you have any questions, give us a call, 423-475-7663. And with all our roofs, we brand them. We're proud of our roofs. We're not afraid to tell everybody whose roofs this is. We also put the month and the year that we installed it so we can keep up with it. When this coach keeps coming back every year for inspection, we can make sure it's performing the way it should. If we ever have any issues, and if the manufacturer said, well, when was that roof put down? We go right there, August 18th. That's when it was put down, August of 2018. Well, we appreciate you watching. Thanks.